Hello and welcome to Nelson All Over. Today we're taking a look at the new cooperative game from Fantasy Flight, Marvel Dagger. Marvel Dagger is a new game from FFG that feels so very much like D.A.G.G.E.R combined with Marvel Champions, got together, fused together, and created Dagger. In this game, 1 to 5 heroes are working together to take down the Nemesis to thwart their master plan, push them into the final showdown, and end up beating them into the ground to claim victory. Before we dive into it, I do want to just say that this game was provided to me for a review copy from Fantasy Flight Games. Let's talk about it. So, there are 20 different heroes that you can play, so it's an asymmetrical cooperative game. However, there's even more levers you can pull. You have 20 different heroes. These are 10 different hero sheets that are double-sided. So if you look here, Hulk has the She-Hulk as well as the Hulk side. So you can choose to play either Hulk or She-Hulk. And if you play She-Hulk, Hulk cannot be picked by another player. You then get to pair that hero with an aspect. There are 6 aspects in the box. There are the 4 that share the same DNA with champions: aggression, justice, leadership, protection, and then 2 new ones: determination and vigilance. Each one of these aspects have a different kind of take on the game. So leadership, you're helping kind of command other friendly units. You can have them move when you move, attack when you attack, whereas aggression is all about dealing damage, and they're very efficient in their damage dealing abilities. Heroes may pair better with some aspects than others, but that is all part of the fun of the game, is figuring out exactly what team you need to bring to the table to take down the Nemesis. Each one of the aspects has the same 4 basic actions. You can move, you can fight, you can defy the Nemesis, and you can rest or recover. You take these actions by placing these action tokens on the specific action you want to take. So if I want to move with Hulk, I will place the move, and I will move up to 2 spaces with Hulk. Now, even though they're the same actions, they may be printed slightly differently. So if we look over here at Elektra, her move for the leadership is only a move 1. So she can only actually move 1 space with her move. So leadership has some benefits that protection doesn't, and vice versa. And it's all kind of balanced in what is printed on these action sheets. In this game, you pick a Nemesis to face off against. There are 4 in the box. There's Red Skull, Thanos, Loki. Why do I always forget the last one? Ultron. Yeah, Ultron. And all the drones. They all play differently. They have all different schemes and actions that they take on their turn, and they interact with them differently in the game. But the overall idea is that the Nemesis is trying to overrun the 5 bases on the board. This is an overrun token. You place it on a base when it becomes overrun, and they're trying to carry out their scheme deck. There are 3 missions. I keep calling them schemes because I am so ingrained with Marvel Champions that they're trying to carry out. Once you either complete them or you fail them, and that will all dictate how easy the final showdown will be. Once you have completed the 3rd mission, so we have 2 here, which I actually think, yeah, no, they're on the screen. You have 2 here. Once you complete the 3rd, depending on if you pass or fail it, you will add it, and this will dictate how easy or difficult the final showdown will be. You flip the Nemesis to the other side, and then that has another unique rule and how they will then start to interact with the game state. And if you defeat that Nemesis by reducing their hit point value to 0 at that point, the heroes win the game. There is a lot going on in this game. There's these side missions, there's these modular sets, there's minions that come out, there are multiple different heroes in the team up track and the threat track. There's a lot going on. I'm not going to dive too deep into what goes on in this game. I have a gameplay video which will be linked right about here, and you can find a lot more of that explanation there, as well as I'm going to link another video which is not mine, but I do think that they do a very good job of explaining Marvel Dagger and how to play. So if you're more interested in how to play or more of an overview of the game, go ahead and check those videos out. We're going to be focusing on a review and my thoughts about the game. Let's start out with what I enjoyed about the game. I love Marvel. I love the theme. It's so cool. I do feel like I don't get as much of the theme in this game as like Champions, whereas in Champions I feel like I'm fully embodying the hero. This one feels a little bit more removed. not too much, but it does feel a little bit more removed. But I do love the combination of the hero with the aspect. This is one of those puzzly decisions that I really enjoy trying to figure out at the beginning of the game. Is Hulk going to be best in aggression? Hulk likes to smash, right? Hulk smash. And if we pair him with aggression, he can smash a lot. However, in this game, and this is actually set up from the live stream that I did, Hulk was in protection, and that was a lot of fun because Hulk has a very high health pool, and so we got to use that as a resource. And then protection is really good at healing damage dealt to heroes, and so I was able to take a lot of damage, heal that up, and then use the protection aspect to kind of complement Hulk's strength in his attack. And so I really enjoy those decisions. I like the modularity of the villain and the minion sets and how the missions interact and how there's just so many different things that go into making a unique gameplay experience every single time you sit down at the table. So these three minions here are dictated by a setup card. You draw that randomly. And so Loki could be fighting with, here we have Laufey and his gang of minions. Or we could be fighting Loki, or I'm sorry, this is Red Skull. Red Skull with the street level criminals or the temporal, maybe Kang's helping him. There's just so many things that you can do in order to make a gameplay experience unique. And I probably could have done the math, I just didn't, and I'm thinking about it just now. But I'm guessing that you could probably play this game forever because there's not going to be, without repeating a game, because there are so many different modular components to this game that you could always have a unique experience. And so that I really appreciate. Let's talk about some of the things that didn't quite click for me. And that kind of starts out with how many things are going on. Now, I will say with a little bit of, or with a big caveat, is that I had the same complaint about Champions, that there's just a lot going on. It's hard to keep track of, right? There's things that you're reading over here. Even in my live stream, I missed rules because each one of these has special rules, and you're reading over here and you're reading over here, you're reading up here. There's a lot going on, and it can be very difficult. I've played this game 5 times now. I've seen every aspect played. I've not seen every hero played. I have not seen Thanos played, but I have played all the other villains here. There's a lot going on, and it can be difficult to keep track of, and it can be confusing, and it's a little frustrating when I keep missing rules. The bigger thing that didn't quite work for me in the game is where we kind of think about this is D.A.G.G.E.R grafted with Marvel Champions. D.A.G.G.E.R, the idea of D.A.G.G.E.R is it's in the Arkham or the H.P. Lovecraft mythos where you're investigators moving around on a very similar board to this, trying to defeat the Great Old One. So very, very similar DNA to D.A.G.G.E.R. But in the Lovecraft universe, I feel like I'm supposed to struggle, right? It is a grim universe to live in. It is tough to do anything. These dice rolling, which is the same thing that we're doing over here. Like whenever Hulk attacks, he gets to roll 3 dice and we get to see how much damage he's dealt based on the icons. In Arkham, I guess, too, as well. But Eldrick, that is difficult to do, and it's meant to be difficult to do. You're meant to feel oppressed. You're meant to feel bad, and that you're not actually ever gaining ground, and that's part of the experience of the game. With D.A.G.G.E.R, I feel that same thing, but I don't want to feel it in a superhero game, if that makes sense. When I'm playing Hulk, I want to be epic. I want to go crazy. I want to smash. I want to beat the living laser up. I want to feel powerful, and in this game, I just don't feel powerful. And like right here with the Hulk, if I was fighting a living laser and I rolled these dice, I would deal 1 damage, where you have the potential of dealing 6 because there's a double damage icon on each one of these dice. And so the variety and the variance is the better word of what you can do in this game feels more like it feels like it fits in the Eldrick or the Lovecraft universe more than it does the Marvel universe. It feels like the theme mechanic kind of clashed here for me, and that is a little sad for me. I really enjoy Champions, and whenever I'm playing this, I kind of wish I was playing Champions. Now that may be true for a lot of games, honestly, for me. However, with this game, I feel like I'm embodying the hero more so in Champions than in D.A.G.G.E.R, and that's why I don't think that this is going to hit my table very frequently. Now, that does not mean that it's a bad game. This just means it's not a game for me. And that is absolutely fine. If you enjoy cooperative board games with asymmetrical powers, you're going up, you like that Eldritch feel, this is a game that you should check out. I mean, like, if you enjoy this type of game, this has a lot of things going on that could scratch that itch for you. And I've played and I've talked with people who have had different experiences than me. There are people out there that really enjoyed this game. I just think that this game suffers a little bit because of how much I enjoy Champions and how much I enjoy Eldritch. And then when I put this onto the table, I kind of wish I was playing either of those two games. But that is Marvel Dagger. That's the review of Marvel Dagger. It is a game that has a lot of really interesting concepts. I like the aspect pairing. I like the modularity of the game, and I do think that there's a lot there for some people, and unfortunately that's just not for me, but that may be for you. And so I hope that this video was helpful. I hope you enjoyed this kind of review. This is one of the first reviews I've done on the channel, and so let me know if there's a part of a review that you would like for me to dive into a little bit deeper, cut out more. Kind of what are you looking for in reviews? I would love to hear your thoughts about both Marvel Dagger, your thoughts about reviews on the channel in the comments. Look forward to reading those and interacting with you all. Thank you so very much for hanging out. I appreciate y'all, and I'll see you around. Peace.